For a change, the Adamson University Falcons find themselves on top of the UAAP men's basketball standings. Although it's just the beginning of UAAP Season 81, the Falcons have shown that they're legit title contenders. At kasama natin ngayon sa studio ang dalawa sa dahilan ng hot start ng Soaring Falcons, sina Jerrick Ahanmisi at Sean Manganti. The Adamson Soaring Falcons on the score tonight. Guys, thank you so much for the time and welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us.
Jerrick, right now you're off to a great start. Number 3 in the league in scoring, averaging 20 points per game. You're number 1 when it comes to three-point shooting. How do you feel about the hot start of your team and that people are labeling you guys right now as serious title contenders?
I think it's just something that the team should take as more of a challenge. Not to get like too big-headed, but we should never be contented as well. Because Coach France always pushes us to be a better team every day during practice and in every game. So to be named as title contenders, I think that it should just make us work even harder.
This is your 3rd year in the league, and a lot of people are already saying that you're one of the best shooting guards in the entirety of collegiate basketball in the Philippines. How hard did you work? And did you expect that you would make this type of impact in your 3rd year in the UAAP?
I think I worked pretty hard to get to wherever I am right now. I mean, it took a lot of time shooting in the gyms after practice, and I think that working hard it's always going to pay off in the end.
Now let's go over to the new team captain of Adamson University, Sean Manganti, playing in his final season in the UAAP. Sean, were you surprised that you were given this responsibility by Coach Franz Pumaren to lead the Adamson Soaring Falcons as their new team captain?
I wasn't surprised. Coach Franz talked to me in January about how I should take my game to the next level and how I should take leadership since I'm one of the most veterans out of everybody. So I'm not too surprised. I'm just happy.
But I'm sure a lot of people are very happy, especially the Adamson fans, because of what you did yesterday against UE, tallying your career high 27 points. When did you decide to become more assertive on the offensive end?
Well, my whole life I've always been more of an offensive player. But I felt, this year it was really my chance to showcase it. I just plugged in a spot that was vacant. It was vacant. So I just tried to, put my name in there.
All right, since we're talking about life, I want to ask you about that because you're both Phil-Americans coming from the USA, and it's always a challenge para sa mga student athletes to take that leap of faith, come back home to the motherland just for the love of the game of basketball. We know Maverick, your brother, plays in the PBA, but for you, Jerrick, how did the opportunity come? I mean, you're from LA. How did the opportunity come for you to play here in the Philippines for Adamson?
Well, first I was looking at different colleges back in the States, but it wasn't working out for me. And after I heard my brother was doing good here in the D-League, when he was playing in the D-League, I came out to watch one of his games. And then after that, he took me to come watch a UAAP game. I think it was FU and LaSalle, probably. Okay. So there was a lot of people. And after I watched that game, I watched the crowd going crazy, and I heard the drums banging and everything. I told him, I was like, this has to be one of the places I have to play because it's really loud, it's really energetic, and it just seems like a place where I would love to fit in.
But Adamson University, how did you land in the Falcons' nest?
I think I was just a tryout.
Really?
Yeah, Coach France didn't recruit me.
So walk-in tryout?
Yeah, I was a walk-in.
Wow.
I was a walk-in.
What a find. Yeah. All right. Now for Sean, it's a different situation because you actually played 2 years in college for the University of Maine, although you come from Temecula in California, the West Coast.
Yeah.
How was it different for you? With Jerrick, he had a connection here with his brother playing in the PBA. How about you? How did you get the opportunity to come back here and play?
Well, I had played in a Filipino league in Southern California.
Okay.
And I met some people, and they helped me out. They
sent me over here, and then they put me in contact with Kenneth Duremdes.
Ah, who was then the coach of Adamson.
Yeah,
okay.
so he flew me out here, and I practiced one time, and they offered me on the spot.
All right. Well, after taking that leap of faith, coming from the States here to the Philippines, you guys are in a very good position right now with Adamson University as contenders in the UAAP. Why do you think you guys have been so successful, beating the defending champions in your very first game and then dominating UE?
I think that's just hard work. What Coach France always pushes us to do in practice every day, because our practices are really intense, right? The coaches always get into us, and sometimes we even get at each other. We always yell at each other sometimes. So, yeah, I mean, it's just purely hard work.
All right. Sean was smirking a little bit when you mentioned getting at each other. Why is that? Could you share a story of a situation wherein your competitiveness maybe boiled over and you guys had to discuss things and hash things out?
Yeah, I mean, all of us are, hotheads. We're competitive. All we want to do is win, even if it's just a simple, 5-on-5 scrimmage. Sometimes I gotta smack this kid in the head. Sometimes, but.
All right, I want to ask a different type of question now. Let's talk a little bit about style, because nowadays a lot of NBA players are bringing back the short shorts, the John Stockton shorts, but you have been wearing that since last year or the year before. When did you start that?
I've been doing that my whole life.
Oh, so why do you stick to that style?
I don't know. I just I like the retro vibe. It's for my dad too. He did that, and I wanted it. Although he doesn't approve of it right now, but I'm doing it for him. He don't understand that, but and I like it. It make my legs look real long, so it's nice.
Well, why doesn't your dad approve of it though? If he grew up with that style.
You know what? Me and you are on the same page. We both don't know. I don't know, Dad. What's up?
All right, for Jerrick, I have to ask you, but this is not the first time people have asked. I just want to put it on record here on the score. Who would win a three-point shootout between you and one of your assistant coaches, one of the greatest three-point shooters in UAAP history, Renren Ritualo? Who would win?
I don't know, honestly.
Did you ever have one, after practice? No, really?
I don't think we have, no. But I've been working hard at my shooting, and everybody knows that he's a great shooter, and he was a great shooter in the UAAP and the PBA. So we could find out. It doesn't matter,
I think you're being careful because Renren watches the show, and we talk a lot. But going back to the current UAAP season, a lot of people now are saying you guys are Final Four contenders. Are you guys willing to go that far and say that, yes, you're going to make it back to the Final Four? Or will you go even further and say that, you know what, maybe we can take Adamson to the finals this year?
I think that we should be aiming, because our goal is to get to the finals, obviously, because for the past 2 years we've been getting to the Final Four and always been getting stopped. And I don't think we want to stay at that Final Four anymore. We want to get over that hump to get to the finals and bring Adamson back over.
All right, for Sean, since Jerrick mentioned that you guys have always been stopped in the Final Four, what do you think is different this year that can get you guys over the hump and into the finals?
I think right now our team is we're really together right now. We're really a unit. We're a strong unit, and everybody is on board with what Coach Francis is putting out there. So that has to be the huge factor that could get us to the finals this year. Yeah,
you guys have a very interesting mix of talent. You guys got Jed Colonia, who has been the best point guard in Cebu for the past 3 years. Papi Sarr is still there. You got the Magbuos brothers from Rome, Italy. So aside from those players that I mentioned, who do you think has the potential to step up and really contribute to your team? Are there any players that we should watch out for, aside from the main guys who are always being mentioned?
Jonathan Espeleta.
Jun Espeleta, okay.
For sure, him and Lastimosa.
Jerome,
Jerome.
from Dumaguete.
Yeah, those guys for sure.
All right. For a final message, Jerry, kindly invite everybody to watch you guys in the UAAP. Go ahead.
Everybody in the Adamson community and our friends and family back home. Make sure to tell everybody to come watch every game.
Every game.
Even if it's live or if it's not. Just tell them to come watch and to support the Adamson Falcons.
We on YouTube too.
All right, there you have it. Sean Manganti, team captain of the Adamson Soaring Falcons, and of course the #1 3-point shooter in the UAAP right now, Jerrick Ahanmisi. Guys, best of luck in the UAAP, and thank you so much for the time.
Thank you.
Hey everybody, this is Anton Rojas. For more sports updates, keep watching The Score, and make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's ABS-CBN Sports and Action.